Teachers Association. As you can see here, this is a computer lab with over 100 computers, and in this video I want to show you how to configure Ncomputing MX100s. Ncomputing MX100s is the latest of the Ncomputing devices that gives you access to 3 more users. So we have this is our server up with 16 GB of RAM. Now we can look at the properties of this computer. Let us see. So here we have our HP server, Windows 10, 16 GB of RAM, which is quite good enough for any number of computers that we put on this server. So here on this set, we are adding 9 users to this server. So what we are going to do, we have already connected 3 of them, and we now want to connect 3 more users. So we have this, and these are the computers we are going to put. So this is the gadget. This is the Ncomputing MX100 on. Shall go straight to when you connect to device setup, and then to networks. So instead of DHCP, let us choose. I shall remove these, and then we can put an IP address here. And so you put an IP address, and then I'll click apply, and then OK. So this will restart your device. So here we are, and now the computers, the 3 sets, the 3 monitors. We will put a new IP address, and then we clicked apply, and then save. So it's restarting. It will take just around a minute or 2, and then you shall go back to the other steps of configuring the device. It works well on Windows 10. That's why we are using Windows 10 for this moment. And like you saw from the video, from the server properties, it was Windows 10. We packed it with 16 GB of RAM, and it would even be best if you had an SSD, and then you had a gigabit switch. This would improve on its performance. So in a few minutes, we are going to get back to our gadget, to our interface, where we are going to do the next step. This is Dumba Steven once again from the ICT Teachers Association, and we are here trying to configure Ncomputing MX100s and putting it on the server. So what do you see here? After giving it an address, the gadget will detect the computer, which is server 2. This is the name of the computer that we're using as a server. So we shall go back to device setup, and then this is where we went at first. So you see the IP address. Then we go to login settings, and then we are going to put the details. Student 14. So we have a student 15, and let me add student 16 here. Student 16. Now these are the user accounts you created on your server, and each of them has a password. You can use the same password throughout if you don't want things to disturb you. So I put student 14, student 15, and student 16 as the usernames, and then their passwords. You can do a few more changes here, like I've done here. And then I'll click save. So yeah, the users are done. Let's go back to device setup and then manage groups. By default, you'll get two groups here, and then you have your server here. So you'll click on the group, click on this on the computer name, the computer, and then you click on these arrows to add your server to group one. So you'll still click save. Then go back to group to your settings. Remember, we have the IP address set, we have the login settings set, then we have the groups set. If you check, our server is in group one. So you'll go to connection settings, and then you'll choose auto connect to group one. There is of course group one and group two. So since we put our server in group one, we shall go to auto connect to group one and then click save. Now here you're supposed to click on auto connect. So after auto connecting, the devices are going to try to connect to your server, and just make sure your cabling is fine, the monitors and the gadget is powered on, and then let's wait and see. Do we get our 3 users connected to our server? And yes, there we are. We have student 16, student 14, and student 15 connected to the server. So Ncomputing MX100s, that was it. It was simple as that, and we are going to connect 9 users to this server. Just make sure your server has good properties. Just make sure it has enough disk space, a clean operating a gigabit switch preferably, and good cabling, and yeah, you'll get a smooth experience. Thank you so much. In case you need just any other videos, you can contact me, National University, the National Coordinator of the ICT Teachers Association. Thank you so much. Yeah, and those are our computers.